Shall we start, Praful Bhai?
Sure.
Okay. Om Shanti. Good morning to all of you, and welcome to the session of Vihasa Values in Healthcare, a Spiritual Approach Workshop. I'm sure you are looking forward to covering this module, the fresh module on valuing the self. So before I go on, and before we start the session, we'll just take a few minutes silence. Tell yourself that I'm really so fortunate, and thank yourself that I'm able to give myself this beautiful 2.5 hours time just fully for myself, trying to understand my own value and going into the depths of valuing the self. Tell yourself that I'm really thankful not only to self but also to God for giving me this valuable time to go inside myself and look at myself, and most importantly, value myself. So, with this beautiful positive note, let's start today's session. So, once again, good morning to all of you. I can see quite a few new participants with us today, a few known faces as well. I know a few of them. So, what we'll do now is, let me start a little bit of introduction. I myself, I am Manoj. I mean, I don't like to say Dr. Manoj Matnani, but since it's my title, I have to say that. I specialize in kidney problems in children. That is a pediatric nephrology, that's the specialty. And I'm attached to few big hospitals in Pune, KEM Hospital and Jahangir, to name a few. And I'm as a professor at DY Patil Medical College, also in Pimpri, Pune. I have been associated with Brahma Kumari since 2009, almost 11 years, and with Vihasta since 2014, 6 years from now. It's a pleasure to conduct Vihasa because it gives us a chance, or gives me a chance actually, to look into myself. Am I really having that value which I'm going to practice today with other people? So it gives a chance for self-introspection and also worth valuing the self, whether I'm really worth doing that or not. So I would now ask my other co-facilitators. I'll start with Anu's sister, and then after that, Praful brother, to introduce themselves. Yeah.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Anu from Vancouver, Canada. And it's always I feel very happy to be here and to see you all. And I'm on the other side of the world. It's evening, 8:30. And I am into research. I'm a research scientist in pharmaceutical industry and contribute for drug discovery. And I've done PhD in organic chemistry and medicinal chemistry, but and it took me more deeper and deeper and deeper into that one subject. And however, when I came in touch with Brahma Kumaris about 10 years ago, it gave me that insight, understanding that life itself is a big subject. Whatever profession we may be doing, we should be that proper, kind, gentle human beings. So that's what meditation teaches me. And when I came in touch with this program, Values in Healthcare, it's about a year now only. It made me very excited because the practical side of meditation is values, getting in touch with your own values. So today I'm here with all of you to explore on valuing the self, and I look forward for the next 2.5 hours exploring with all of you and enjoying our own inner values. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Anu. Hello, everyone. Myself, BK Praful. By profession, I am a chartered accountant, and I am associated with Brahma Kumaris since September 2002. When I was young, going to school, I used to always adore the big personalities like Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi ji, and all others. And I used to wonder what really makes them so much popular. And then after deep introspection, I could realize that these people really had some values, some ethics, which they followed throughout their life. And that is what really made them so much memorable. So, since then, I was exploring different values, how to gain, how to enrich myself with those. And when I came in association with Brahma Kumaris, I really got a platform wherein I can go deep within. And this Vihasa project I got associated since last 5 years. This really gave me an opportunity to go into each value in depth, practice them, experiment with them, what works for me, which situations I find them more handy, where I need to develop. All of these questions I really found them handy. And yes, I feel value is a journey. It is not that we could gain in a day or two. But the more we practice, the more we use it, the more we enrich ourselves. So, welcome everyone for today's session, and I hope to meet you all during the exercises. Thank you so much. Over to Brother Manoj.
Yes, thank you, facilitators. I can see all your smiling faces as well. All the participants have joined in now. Some were not there, away from the room, now have come back. So, समझदार को इशारा काफी है. Okay. Anyway, so now you should be glued to your chair. Be ready for a session on valuing the self. Let's start with a small activity which we'll be doing to warm up the session so that we are all at the same page. Uh, if I can request, okay, I'll just show it first. I'm showing you 6 objects. I will be showing you 2, Praful Bhai will be showing 2, and Anu sister will be showing 2. I'll just tell you the instructions before they show you. When you look at those 2 objects, what they are showing, one of the object is natural and other one is a man-made product. So looking at those 2 objects, what value does it remind you looking at that object? So simple enough, I'm showing you first a perfume bottle and I'm showing you some sunflower seeds. So hope you can see all of them. These are the 2 objects. I'll request Anu's sister to show her 2 objects. I'll be telling what she's showing.
Okay, I have got,
An apple.
it's a mango.
It's a mango, is it? Okay, looks okay, sorry. It's a mango,
So
right?
it's in Vancouver. We get nice mangoes now.
Yeah, true. And second object, yours?
I got an umbrella.
Umbrella. Okay, good. Praful brother?
Yeah, sure. So, can you all see this
So a
beautiful
beautiful rose,
rose flower?
2 roses, yellow
Right.
and reddish orange, yeah.
Yeah. And the second object
And
is this towel,
there's a
beautiful
towel.
flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just refresh. We can all of us just at the same time on our screens just show. So it's a perfume bottle, sunflower seeds, umbrella, mango, towel, and rose. So I'm sure you have memorized it now by the time you know. Now look at, can we just go on to the next slide, please? So just we can recap. Yeah. So looking at these objects, what value or what experience does that object express for you? So we want that quick sharing from your side. What I'll do is, I'm sure I'm not giving you a lot of time. It's very easy. Anu sister, can I share the screen so that I can see the gallery view? I don't know. I really can't see the gallery view again. It, yeah, now I can see the gallery view. Okay, fine. Thank you, Praful brother. So yeah, I can see your faces again now in front of me. So what I'll do is, I'm sure you have taken out the value now from that object, and each one of you will be given a turn only to say about one object, so that we have different experiences and different values for different objects from different people. So I'll start with right in front of me, all of you. As I say your name, you all please unmute yourself. Your video can be on or off, doesn't matter. If you are comfortable sharing your screen, that's fine. And one more thing, if I can request you all, I can see everyone's name, that is good, but sometimes we get a mobile number or different numbers. So if you can just name yourself, so it becomes easy to call you all. So Gaurav, what you can say about any object? All of you just concentrate and be quick so that we save time on this.
Pagela.
Okay, Lata Bahekar, if Lata can say the value about anything, yeah, go ahead. Unmute yourself first.
Om
Yes,
Shanti.
yeah.
Yeah. I would like to tell about a sunflower. which having property of minerals.
Right.
It is contented with so many minerals, and it is useful for maintenance of vitality of our physical body.
Yes, so the value is vitality. Good. Can I move to Kiran Bala? Unmute yourself, Kiran Balaji. Kiran Bala is a professor in neurology. She's joined from North India. We have people from all over the place, not only Vancouver, but all different parts of India. Yeah, Kiran ji. Unmute करो आप अपने को, हाँ.
Can you hear me?
Yes. So object and value, please.
Rose,
Yes.
it gives a feeling of happiness, love.
Right.
It's
Good.
connected to the value of love.
Right. Good.
And
Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, 4 values. Fantastic. Gaurav, are you ready now? You can unmute yourself. Okay. Uh, be, okay. If you're not ready, we can, Rajeshwari. Yes.
Yeah. So perfume, it gives a value of radiance, radiance of sense of like exhilaration and what to say, enthusiasm. So
Right.
perfume gives the value of the radiance, and sunflower seeds the value of growing up, reproduction, and the value of like the proverb, as you sow, so shall you reap.
Okay.
So that sense of value, and
Right. So no, only
most
one, only one. Sorry,
okay,
Rajeshwari, because we are falling
okay,
short of time otherwise. And if
okay,
I
okay.
can request all of you all to unmute once you're over. Gaurav, you can go ahead. You
Om
had
Shan,
unmuted.
Om Shan.
Yeah. Who's speaking? Thanks. Gaurav, go ahead. Unmute yourself again. I don't know why Gaurav is not able to unmute.
Gaurav has unmuted now.
Right,
Just
now he's done. Okay, go ahead. Gaurav, do you know what you have to do? You have to share a value of the object, any one object which we had shown. Okay.
I think he's speaking, but we can't hear.
Fine. So we
Sorry.
will just take it in the end. If you can just mute yourself. So lighthouse, sister. Yeah. बोलिए. Yeah. Unmute फिर से. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to say about mango. It's a very delicious fruit and it is very beautiful.
Delicious and beautiful. Great.
Everyone, yeah.
Thank you. Good to be brief. It's followed by Vidhi. Yes, we have to be a bit fast. Vidhi. Yeah.
I also thought of mango. Initially little sour, but then later on it is sweet. So as I
Okay.
sour and sweet together.
So value of sweetness, but not sour. Okay. Right. No problem. Dinesh.
Yeah. Om Shanti. I take towel which has the power to absorb.
Okay. Towel power to absorb. Great. Very good. So it's a power. Dr. Aruna Khurana. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I will say about Rose. I think it was there. I missed the objects or other all objects. I was just
That's
doing
okay.
something.
One rose is okay. You can just say one value of rose.
Spreading fragrance.
Spreading fragrance. Okay. Good. Fantastic. We'll move on to Shaina Thukral. Shaina, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Umbrella security.
Umbrella security protection. Very good. We go on to Radhika Gupta. Okay. Radhika, you can speak. You're unmuted. Okay, if not, Dr. Sneha Chavan.
Towel, cleaning of body as well mind.
Yes, so cleaning of body, angle, mind, right. BK Honey.
Mango. Mango is the king of fruits. So I am a soul as a king of my own physical organs.
Wow. Okay.
And
So
and sunflower is like seeds of thought.
seeds of thought. Okay, good. Thank you. Dr. Vasant Sharma.
So
Yes.
roses, beautiful
Rose.
and fragrant, giving fragrance, and mangoes, sweetness, taste, and of course delicious.
Okay. So
Really
all
taste
three.
and sweetness.
Right. Good. Thank you. Abhijit Kasbe.
So I would like to say about sunflower seeds from which we can get the vitamins and we'll get the oil as well from that. It's
Right.
just a base. And
So
we used to do it in the when childhood as well.
right. So value of nutrition. Good. Anurag Kulkarni. Okay. If not, Virajit. Either. Huh. Go ahead, Virajit. Yeah.
With help of umbrella, we can get protection from heat and rain.
Heat and rain. Okay. Good. So protection. Good. Anju Agarwal.
Yes, from umbrella, it is a protection, and sunflower seeds and apple, good health.
Good health. Okay. Though it was not an apple, but it's fine. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. So you can keep all the doctors away. Okay. Shashikant. I think it's Shinde, right? Shashikant Shinde.
Hello, sir. The red rose for beauty, mango for sweetness, sunflower attraction, towel cleanliness, and perfume spreadness.
My God, you're great. Therefore, I didn't want it to stop you. All five in one go. And Praful Bhai is also showing again. Red, rose, and yellow. Achintya Saxena.
Yeah, Shanti.
Yeah.
Umbrella is one property value is giving. They
Giving.
face heat and yeah, and seeking God is something sunflower seeking power, sun.
Good.
So, so
Yeah, good. So I would thank you. I would request others now who are pending to give some different values for if you have. I mean, it's fine to repeat, no worries. But if you have a different value, it will be much more uniqueness. Anil Bora. Anil Bora, you can unmute yourself. Okay, BK Subhash Pune. Subhash Bhai. Oh, okay. Anuj Singh, sorry, Anuj Singh. Yeah.
Actually,
So
I joined late, so
no
sorry for
problem.
that.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Any object for any, for example, I think what has not, everything else has been covered. If you can just tell us about a perfume bottle, what is the value of a perfume bottle in your life?
Spreading happiness, so brings light mood for everyone.
Okay, good. So spreading happiness. BK Subhash, you're unmuted. Go ahead now.
Yeah, it's a sunflower seed. It's original state of a tree.
Okay, so tree. So last time you had visualized a tree. So nature of giving. So n number of specialities of a tree. Good. And now Anil Bora, is he there? If not, then now we can move on to Gaurav Chaturvedi. Are you ready, Gaurav, now finally?
Hello, Professor Lera.
I would request others to please mute yourself. Dr. Sharma, Vasant Sharma, please mute. Gaurav, are you there now, lastly? Okay, fine. So we'll, I mean, almost majority of you all have covered. And if I have missed anyone, you all can just, I don't think I've missed anyone. Have I? If not, we'll just, thank you so much for the beautiful expression of so many values related to just routine day-to-day objects. You can see protection from the umbrella, fragrance from, not only fragrance physically, but fragrance of values, happiness, seeds, sunflower seeds. Everyone was talking about sunflower, more sunflower of seeds. But basically, it's a beautiful flower, no doubt, but the seed also has a lot of nutrition. Towel for cleanliness, mango, apple, so many other things, and anything else remaining? If the co-facilitators can help me. Anyone? I think
Uh,
one more is
I
remaining.
think, yeah.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose, Praful Bhai ka Rose. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. And now we move on to the first session of valuing the self. So I think it's Anu's sister. So can we go ahead? Yeah.
Actually, it
Sure.
will be
So
it will be
thanks.
Praful.
I'm sorry. Introduction. I'm sorry.
No, no.
Introduction by Praful brother. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So thanks, Brother Manoj, for this wonderful activity. And I hope by now everybody might have been open up. At least, if not, at least you all got to know how to mute and unmute. Because this kind of activity, we might need different points of time in today's session. So that really makes today's session unique. I see many repeaters. Can I just ask by raise of hands who all have attended any of our past 4 sessions? Can you please raise the virtual hand on the chat on the participants list? Quickly, let's it be quick. Okay, I can see 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there are many, I believe, who are joining for the first time. So I'll not take much time, but let me quickly walk you through a brief presentation on what Vihasa is all about and what are we going to do today for the benefit of the ones who have joined for the first time today. So I hope you all can see my screen. So this values workshop is essentially coming out of from a module called as Vihasa, Values in Healthcare, a Spiritual Approach. So you can see a big book at the left side with 2 CDs. So this is a structured module, modular kind of thing, which has come out of a great research out of different professions, which you can see on the screens. All of these from different areas of expertise collaboratively worked along with Dadi Janki ji, who was the former head of Brahma Kumaris, and they came out with a beautiful module which earlier was basically meant only for healthcare professionals, but eventually it was realized that values is needed for even other professionals as well. That is why now this sessions you all might have seen that all of you all from different professions are attending it. So basically it follows 3 key main principle. That is, first one is physician heal their thyself. That means we all can heal ourselves. We have that power to heal mentally and emotionally. We might not need any external person. So how that is done is learning through direct experience. So all the exercise in this module make you experience directly, and that is the way we learn. And again the reference is made to work and personal life. So practical references are made, practical applications are being done, and it is not a real theory wherein what needs to be done, what are the ethics that is discussed. So as you see on the screen, I hear, I might forget, I see, I might not remember, but if I do, I will understand. If I just remember a beautiful example, suppose if I want to learn swimming, and if I just read a book on swimming, no matter how big that book is, no matter how many hours I spend reading the book, but I will not be guaranteed that whether I'll be able to swim or not before getting into the water. So in order to swim, I should be going into the water, and then only I can realize what are the challenges which needs to be come across while swimming. Same thing happens with value. So the more I do, the more I practice, the more I understand, and that is the essence of these exercises. And to do this, we have a supportive environment, like just Dr. Manoj did the icebreaker right now. So we'll be indulging into different kind of such exercises, and 3 of us, Sister Anu, myself, and Dr. Manoj, we are trained facilitators from Brahma Kumaris, and likewise we have different facilitators throughout 50 countries who conduct such kind of workshops, and we use different tools like meditation, visualization, reflection, appreciation, listening, creativity, and playfulness. So these different tools we use in each of our sessions, maybe not all together, but 2 or 3 or 4 each time, so that learning can be made more interesting, more energizing. And finally, these are the modules which have been developed, the core values which are felt to be very much essential, out of which we have already completed positivity, building resilience, and today we are starting with this valuing the self. This module, this was out of the poll which we received last time, that most of the participants wanted this value. So yes, with this short introduction, now I would like to pass on to Sister Anu for the first exercise. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Oh, thank you, Praful Bhai. Welcome everyone. So let's look at the next exercise. That would be, and before we move on to the exercise, just a little bit introduction about valuing the self, the module itself. Sorry. So, you know, in the healthcare profession particularly, but in any profession, any human being, any individual, right? We value so much about caring for others, like patients, clients, and family. But how much do we value ourselves? So that's a question we'll go through today, and we will understand at the end. So the first thing I ask myself is that when I value or care for somebody else, how do they feel? So how will I know that I value myself, I care for myself? Is I should feel good, relaxed, happy. And so for that, how much do I value myself, or how much I feel relaxed, happy in my life? And then the next question is that if I don't feel happy and I don't value or care myself, can I care for others truly? Not really. And when we ask ourselves, do I value myself? That means I care for myself. But where do we start to care for the self? Is by knowing ourselves. So if I ask you, do you know yourself? Then you may say, Anu is asking such a silly question. Of course, I know myself. But I think through these exercises today, we all will discover more about ourselves, the true myself. Because what defines are my qualities, values, that is reflected in my personality, behavior. So we'll go deeper into ourselves and know ourselves better. So when we know our values that we bring to our life and actions, interactions, the first thing it gives us is the self-confidence, the self-esteem, self-respect increases. And what we do in life is more, we put it to the end to value the self, but more we are habituated to know our value or self-worth from others, what others think, what others say. We kind of draw our values, our self-worth from that. Also of what we do, what we have achieved in life. And that can take us to confusion. We can feel low, we can lose our confidence, or we may become falsely like arrogant, or the self-worth is not accurate. So it is a lot of falsehood in a way. So when we know ourselves, that makes us feel confident that I have these values, I am like this, I'm a kind, generous, gentle person, and that becomes more stronger in our personality. And that develops another attribute in us, is that we learn to see goodness and value us, ourselves, as well as we see goodness and values in others. And that is how life becomes beautiful, because it is the fair exchange of values. And we all know when it's not a value, then it doesn't bring that satisfaction, happiness in life. And also knowing my own values myself will not let me lose hope or confidence when I see some weakness, flaw in me. And it is like I can start living what we say, critics are our best friends. Means if I hear something negative about me, I can take it constructively. I can look through me. And as I know, first of all, that I have that strong support of my own values within, I can bring the values to my weakness and change it. It's like when we bring a plant to home and we know how to take care of it, we give the good soil, the plant, grows very well with sunlight and water, gives beautiful fruits and flowers, as you can see this tree. Once we know that, and if we see another plant that's dying, then we don't become stressed, but we take care of that plant and bring the fruits and flowers into that. So that's how this knowing myself accurately within will bring that self-confidence and self-respect for myself. So as I said, where do we start for that? To know myself. And by end of the exercises, I'm sure we'll go home with knowing a little better and clear about ourselves. But the very first exercise for that we'll do is seeing through how do I care for myself. So caring for the self, because to be at our best to care for others, in order to be able to care for others, we must be healthy ourselves at all levels, right? So what are the all levels? When I say I take care of myself, I care for myself, that's not just one aspect, because life is many aspects, right? Of course, my inner values, but what are the other aspects that make our life? We'll look through that to see how do we care for the self. And that would be on all these aspects: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and environmental. All these 6 aspects are our life altogether, and everything we have to deal with on everyday basis. And at the same time, the work-life balance, the stress, in all that, how do we take care of these aspects? So the very first one is physical, that what is that I do for myself that I feel relaxed, healthy, energetic to be able to do my work. And mental is about how do I make decisions, like how the stress level at work or anything that influences. So for that, what do I do? How do I distress myself that I'm always tapping onto that calm mind in order to make right decisions on day-to-day basis? And emotional is like how in the healthcare, lot of different scenarios, that illnesses that affects everyone around, but in our life too, the external situations that come our way have some negative impact, positive impact on us. So how do we deal with that? So how do you take care of that emotional changes that comes to you according to the outside situations? And spiritual is again about knowing the self, being grounded with yourself, your own values, and the hope on a life, that belief that maybe any higher source, the support system, that we feel grounded, and we take life more easily. So what are that? How do you take care of your spiritual aspect that makes you feel, again, easy to move through life? And social is definitely, again, we feel happy, good, the support of family, friends, that taking a break from everyday stress and work, and feeling supported, loved, and spending time with them, developing some cultural art and all this kind of hobbies. So how do you take care of your social aspect of life? And environmental is like the surrounding where I'm sitting, my office, my home. How do we take care? We want a pleasant surrounding. where we feel happy. These are the 6 aspects I clearly explained. What I will request, as it is written here, that so it's like on day-to-day basis for every aspect, little or other, what things you do, like taking a pause, taking silence break, or calming yourself down, not just like taking off in the ear or okay. So take a look at that. And one thing I want to request is that write down what you do right now rather than what you would like to do. So that is maybe at the end of the session. So can we take about 8 to 10 minutes and you all start to write on your notebook, please? Thank you. Is everyone done writing? Maybe? If we are all done, we can move to the next one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So, very nice. So the next thing we'll do. Okay, so all are done. So let's go to the next part. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to stop. So, okay. So for this one sharing, as I will go to each one of us maybe, or how will we do is that I have listed out all the 6 aspects. Though, so like I'll invite one after the other, some of you to share in any one area. And then Dr. Manoj will be writing it on the screen, right? Manoj brother, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So I'll stop it. So you have to share the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who will start? Okay. I see some hands raised. Maybe kindly, I'll request all of you to raise your hands. So we'll start with Kiran Balaji. She is ready. You have to unmute. Okay.
Yeah. Should I take one aspect or I can take?
Maybe 1 or 2. Yes, quickly.
Yeah.
You are
At physical level, what I do is take a good sleep.
Take a good sleep.
Yes. And at mental and emotional level, I send good vibrations for the health and happiness of all the souls. Today in COVID time, especially for all the souls to be healthy and powerful both emotionally and mentally. So I send vibrations when I do meditation, morning, evening. I send vibration to all the souls.
That's nice. That's for both mental and emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll move to another person. How about Rajeshwari?
Hello. Emotional level, I do talk to people, my friends, relatives, and all. And I do some reading and singing. And spiritual level, I do meditation and read some spiritual books. And socially, I'm engaged almost every day, some webinar, giving and taking webinars. And then social meetings, talking to relatives, friends again. Environment, reducing the waste and fasting. I do half day fasting, only one time I eat. And recycling and spending time with nature. These are the things I do. Physical level, little bit of yoga, because recently I had an accident, so I'm not able to continue with yoga. And I do pranayam. These are the things.
Okay, that's really great sharing. So many things, so many things. So you're very clear what you do. Thank you. How about Dr. Lata? You.
Is for physical. Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Please continue.
For physical, I do exercise irregularly, but and good sleep also. Just ma'am mentioned, Kiran ma'am. For mental, I used to have regular self-talk and self-introspection, like what should I do or what I have done in this situation. So continuous introspection. Emotional, I used to have talk with my friends and my family members regularly, especially my sister and my brother. And spiritual, as we know, we have regular I do meditation.
Right.
Socially, through government activities, just I'm connected with my national tobacco control program, and with private practice. I used to have always emphasis on self-care, especially self-love. I used to have talk with patients and clients related with my government activities also, because it helps to have de-addiction, to free from tobacco and other addiction. And environment, yes, just ma'am, Rajeshwari ma'am talked that reducing waste, and especially right since 3 months I am having I used to have more time with my garden, developed my husband, and having proper waste disposable, which use I didn't care before that, before 3 months back. So yes.
Good addition. That's beautiful. And for work, you bring the social, relaxation. That's great. Yeah, and helping others. Thank you so much. We'll move to Lighthouse. Ashima. Yes.
Yeah, Om Shanti. In physical, I do walking and exercise. For my mental health, I take out time in silence.
Out in silence, in mental.
This I have been doing for last 1 week, and I'm finding it very useful for healing the self. And for emotional health, for your emotional health, I am practicing self-compassion, being to myself and being gentle with myself. For spiritual, I do meditation. In social, I find that when I am able to give a listening ear to others, that help them. And in environment, I make sure that I save on water and electricity.
Save water and electricity.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Great. That was quick. How about Abhijit? Abhijit? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So for the first point, that's physical. I do morning walk and exercise, as everybody said. And for mental, I do watching motivational videos and listen Murli on daily basis. Then for emotional level, I would say I'll I'll be positive. I'll take positive approach to myself, which helps my family and friend motivated. Then I'd like to speak about spiritual. I follow big Brahma Kumari's videos on YouTube whenever gets time in a day. And about social, I go to nature every day, and then give 30 minutes for myself in the nature on daily basis, which helps to spread the vibes on surrounding as well.
So social and environmental, you go to nature. That's what you said, right?
Yes. Yep.
Nature is your friend. That's good. You. How about Anju? Anju Agarwal? If you can unmute and speak, please. Okay, how about Achintya?
Om Shanti sister. Most of the things are covered. Only thing is in emotional, I practice trying to be detached and connecting with God, which is a big help. And in spiritual self-talk and these webinars and meditation. In social, taking care of my team is the additional, which helps gives me satisfaction. And removing clutter from everywhere, from office or from house, is helping me in the environment.
Nice. Yeah. So did you get everything, Manoj bhai?
Yes.
That many got the hands raised. I don't know. Anju, are you back? Would you like to share? Yes, Dr. Aruna, we can take one or two more sharings. Yeah.
Om Shanti. Yeah, I would like to add a few more points. Like in physical, I do some kriyas like Sudarshan Kriya and Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya. And in emotional, I try to do self-counseling. And in social, I spend time with family and take care of them. I'm also active on social platforms like Facebook. And in environmental, I try to include organic foods in my and my family's diet.
Mm-hmm. And in social, she said spending time with family. Yeah, that's nice. It's not there, so we can add maybe in the social, spending time with families. Anyone else want to share? We can give another minute. Subhas? Subhas? Subhas, you want to share? Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. It's audible, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, for physical, it's balanced food and exercise. And for mental, it is pranayam, meditation, and murli.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional, it's self-reflect and share your emotion with friends and family. Spiritual, it is soul realization. And this social, it's sharing activities nowadays through digital media. Environment, keep society clean.
Keep society clean. Nice, thank you. If anyone else want to add something that is different for any particular section, then please, you're welcome. Yes,
Yes. Can I?
Yes, Vidi, go ahead.
For emotional, usually I detoxify my mind by writing all the negative and waste thoughts of the day. And next day I tear it and throw it in the dustbin. So this I really, it really works for me sometimes.
Good method. Wow.
And social, once in 3 months, we all friends go to an orphanage or an NGO just to spend some time with them.
Okay. Very nice.
I think, Nidhi, your first thing, should I take it in emotional or spiritual? Detoxify. What do you suggest?
Emotional.
Emotional. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Great. So much, Vidhi. That's very nice. Okay, so I think we got quite a bit of the sharings that how we take care of ourselves. I will invite all of you to look at the screen and see if anything that was new, exciting for you that you didn't think before, that you think you can take it on for yourself. I don't think we have time for sharing of that, but maybe if anything that was new that you can take on for yourself. So thank you very much, and look at ourselves, how we take care of ourselves. And it's very important that we pay attention on an everyday basis. Yes, Kiran Balaji, you want to say something?
Anuven, can I add one more point?
What is it?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Kiranji. Yeah.
In environment, what I've been practicing for last many months is to send vibrations of gratitude to nature, all elements of nature. And I have found this helps in maintaining my own physical health in a good state. And that's what I advise my patients also.
That's beautiful. So all are interconnected, and so the taking care of Thank you so much, Kiran. Thank you, everyone. That was really good sharing. And yeah, you will all receive it later in the email. So after looking through this, let's move on to the next exercise that I will hand it over to Dr. Manoj, brother, please.
Okay. Thank you, Anu sister. Yes. So welcome back, all of you. Now we move on to the next activity. Before I move on to the activity, I was just wanting to know, all of you got a little bit of background reading. So if participants can tell me whether they went through the background reading, yes or no, you can just raise your hands or in the chat box say yes or no. So that we come to know whether sending you all the background reading really helps you all, because we are going through the exercises in a very modular manner, and we want you all to participate fully so that you are prepared what we are doing. So if, can I see on the gallery? I can't see the gallery view unless maybe, I don't know. Okay, anyway. So can we see the gallery view?
Manoj bhai, you need to, I think, stop sharing for that.
You need, okay. Because if I stop sharing, then again, I'll start sharing. Okay, so I'll stop. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Praful bhai. So yeah, I can just see a few hands raised. So many of you are not really reading. So I would really request all of you all to just read it sometime in future when you participate, so that you know what we are, so you expect, actually, you know what you're expecting in the exercise. No worries. Let's move on to the activity now. So I'll just share. Okay. So we go on to the next activity, which is called a healing space. As you can see, a beautiful picture in front of you of nature. All of us know what is a healing space. I mean, a space, a very nice, cozy space whereby you go and you heal yourself. Heal yourself basically means if you are really tired physically, all of us are, but I think many of us are mentally tired. And if you are in such a state of being physically or mentally tired, and when you go to such a space, you could just recharge yourself, maybe renew yourself, refresh yourself, all those beautiful words starting with R: renew, recharge, relax, reconnect. And it could be just a simple space at home. Either it could be a room, or it could be a part of a room, maybe not the entire room, or it could be a small corner in the room. It could be just your chair. For example, if you're sitting on a computer table and a chair, and whereby you're listening to meditation, or maybe now you're doing the session and you're healing yourself. So that meditation, that the chair and the computer in front of you is also a healing space for you. Or it could be something when you go out, something in the nature, as you can see, the beach or your garden, or it could be just any object when you look at. And the first exercise which we did, if you look at a flower, if you look at a mango, so something which can reflect a value from that object, and that value itself can start healing you. So you understand, it's a healing space doesn't really mean a space, it could be a small object as well. So what I would now like you all to do is visualize such a space, and such a space where I have already told you, you can go and rest, reflect, recharge. That place which really gives you a lot of peace of mind and mental solace. And I've already mentioned it could be any of the spaces, or it could be any object. What I would like you all to do is, I'll take you all into a little bit of visualization mode. You know, the spiritual tools which we are using. Anu's sister covered the first activity where you did a lot of reflection and you came out with beautiful sharings, and you all were listening to each other. So listening to someone, also listening to good things of someone, can also heal yourself. The third tool which we are using today is the visualization. It's a very powerful tool which we say it helps you in creating such thing inside you which you even wouldn't even have thought of. Like if you just look at your garden, your small kitchen garden maybe, or even your small garden in your balcony, if you just look at a newly bloomed flower, looking at that can just immediately change your thought process. If you're thinking of something negative, you start really thinking positive, and you start healing yourself. So that can be just a healing source for you, a healing space for you. So visualization is such a beautiful potential to heal oneself. So we'll just go in that, and just to add a few things to differences between visualization and imagination. imagination is just to see things which are not really there in real, and visualization is to see things which are going to become my reality and which I will become a part of in future. So this is a visualization exercise, not an imagination exercise. So I would request you all that as I go through with you all on this journey, make sure that you see that, and it should be a real thing which you would be implementing in your daily life after this activity, so that really it becomes a healing space for you. I would just, I hope music can be heard. Anu sister can raise the hand, please. Right. So take a few deep breaths in and out. Relax your body. Simultaneously relax your mind. Relax. Breathe in and out deeply and relax your body and your mind. Now very gently ask your mind to go on to that space which you have created yourself, your very own healing space. Look at that space. What do you enjoy looking at? Think of those things. Whatever the nature, the special object, the picture, the photo, what do you enjoy looking at? Then go on to what do you enjoy smelling in that space? It could be an incense stick, an agarbatti, or it could be a flower, fragrant flower, or a scented candle. So enjoy that smell, the fragrance. Now, what do you enjoy touching? It could be as simple as touching your feet on the grass and feeling the softness of the grass. Or it could be a comfortable chair, the Dunlop cushion, which you feel touching the body parts and giving you physical comfort. So, what do you enjoy touching? Now, come to what do you enjoy listening to in that space of yours? If you're able to hear the music, the meditation music, for this beautiful visualization which you all have done. Let's move on to this worksheet. It's a visual worksheet in front of you. As you can see, I have just covered all these aspects in the visualization. You have to make brief notes. So if you can just take a pen and paper now and write down on your pen and paper, just simple, what is that space? What would you enjoy looking at in that space? Enjoy touching, enjoy smelling. I'm sure you have visualized that. So after visualization, it becomes very easy to write it down. How will you ensure privacy? What would you enjoy listening to? And what would you want to clear out of that healing space? So I'm sure you have a pen and paper. We haven't given you enough time, but we had told you in the background reading that you can make use of some art and craft materials. No worries, if you don't have anything, don't get stressed. Continue your visualization in your mind. Just by a simple pen and paper, if you have colored pens, colored paper around, you can really get it out creatively, that healing space. You can either draw it, or if someone feels I'm not very good at drawing, it's okay, doesn't matter. You can just write down a small poem or a small piece of shairi which sort of gives us the feeling of that healing space. So you can do that maybe say in the next around 10 minutes or so. Take your own sweet time to do that. I'll be playing the music in the background which will help you to augment your visualization and thought process. And then after 10 minutes we'll be back. So this is a self-reflective activity. Please do it yourself, and I would request all the others to please mute yourself. If you have had a lot of beautiful experiences and you have come out with something or the other, some creativity in some form or the other. So if I can request all of you now to just come back into the process of the room, rather, come back into the main room. Now, don't give any thought to, oh God, what I've created. Don't think of that. Just be in the healing mode. Come back in the main session. And I would now want to take a little bit of sharing. So I'll stop sharing the main screen. I can see quite a few hands being raised. And because I'll start with Achinta. So all of you all can now stop doing your work and now come to the screen so that you see what people are sharing. Since I'll ask Achintya to share because he was a bit disturbed that he couldn't draw. So if Achintya can start sharing, if you want to show on your video as well.
Om
Yes.
Shanti,
Om Shanti, go
Manoj.
ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the healing space, what I really want to have it was with to be with Baba in Parandham. That was the whole idea. But yes, the physical space is the meditation room. I have a small balcony where we have created that meditation place thanks to my wife, and it is very nicely done. And that is where, and all these points which we discussed, the visualization was so nice. So the thing is that what would you like to enjoy looking at was, I just wanted to keep my eyes closed, seeing within and to be with Baba. But else on the altar, the the pictorial representation of Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba is there. That is what. Touching is my meditation cushion. I could do that. Thanks, many thanks for that visualization. Smelling is incense is something which is there. And keeping privacy is keeping the door closed, and that is good enough. There is no disturbance as such. Music and chant helps, but even if there is no music, it is all right. And decluttering is already done. Thanks. And what would you enjoy is meditation and just to be with God, and that is what really heals. Is what really triggers everything.
Okay, thank you. Beautiful sharing. So see, don't worry whether it was some physical space or some space which is not being seen. So everything most important, as I told you, is if you're healed, your job is more than 100%. It's 110 or even 200%. Now I can request people who haven't shared, and I can pick up on people. Don't mind me picking up on you all, because I know the people who have shared. So if I can, in Vihasa sessions, that's the beauty of this. This is what I have learned here. People really don't speak up, and then if they don't speak up, and the ones who really want to speak again and again, it is difficult. So I would really like to pick up on people now, because I can see again those raised hands of the people who have already shared before. So pardon me, I'm not taking you all right now. If we have time, I'll take you all. So if I can start with BK Honey, I'll let Anju Agarwal be ready and Shashikant Shinde. So all three just be ready. So we can start with one of you all. Yeah, BK Honey. Thank you. Go ahead.
Wait, space is garden,
Okay.
and I want to look at sky, greenery.
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch plants, birds, animals,
Mm-hmm.
and smelling is smell of earth, food
Right.
smell of earth, and I want to go there when no one comes there, expressing myself with smile, and I want to listen bird song, running water, air breezes, and I want to clear stress, future worries, insecurity, and I want walking. I will prefer
Good.
walking or spreading vibrations.
I'm happy that you're clearing out is on a very subtle level. You want to clear out those things, insecurity, stress. Very good. We normally think of clearing the physical space, but mental clutter also is important. Good. Thank you so much. And I'm happy that people are comfortable not sharing their videos. It's fine. But more important is you all are visualizing and you all are able to sense those, touch those, feel those, smell those. Those are more important rather than, I'm sure someone would have drawn as well. Not a big deal, but it's fine. Thank you, Honey Behan. Anju
Thank you.
Agarwal and Shashikant. Yeah, Anju, go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Actually, before COVID time, it was going to the park and doing my yoga, walking in the park, listening to motivational talk, Sister Shivani. Then the smell is fresh air and flowers, and looking around, seeing small children playing, and even the walking on the grass. So, I mean, that was my me time and privacy, because I was just all alone and I never wanted to walk in a group. So simply walking on my own. Now during this COVID time, I go upstairs on my terrace under there's a mango tree. So beneath the mango tree on the terrace, I lie down and see the vast sky, the birds gliding and flying, the smell of the flowers and the mangoes hanging. That that gives me and at the same time listening and doing meditation in the morning.
Good.
So that
Thank you.
really relaxes me, and that is the energy time for the entire day.
That's nice. Can I ask people to show video when they're sharing, if you can, if that doesn't
Yeah,
interfere
it is just because people are, they want to or they not want to. The people who want to will definitely do. So it's okay. No worries. Thank you.
good to mention, because sometimes maybe they're
Yeah,
not
no
sure.
problem. Shashikant Shinde. Yes, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm thankful to you all because all of you are very attentive and alert. So you all are immediately doing it. And your surname is Shing Dade something, right?
Shingdilwar.
Shingdilwar. Okay. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Thanks, Shashikant.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So my healing space would be my chair in which I am sitting and watching through my window to different like squirrels, birds are there. So I'm fortunate that there are lots of trees also so I can observe them also, and water under my feet would be nice, and smelling some scent of soil, like this nowadays rainy seasons is there. So, and also for do not disturb sign, I got mostly disturbed by mobile, so I will be in silence mode, and meditation music would be listened very nice, and watching images, pictures, like I you can see behind my there behind me
Hmm.
there is a picture, so I want to enjoy that.
What is that picture? It's a scenery, natural
Yeah,
scenery.
nature,
Okay.
it's a village,
Nature.
it's a village.
Village. Okay. Thank you. Now I would want Gaurav Chaturvedi, if you are ready, Gaurav, or you need some time to speak. Okay. So you can prepare yourself. We'll take the next sharing from you. Anuj Singh and Virajit, followed by Gaurav. So Anuj Singh,
Uh,
yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I enjoy looking at the flowers in the garden and innocency of child, and I enjoy listening to the music depending on my moods, kind of music that I want to listen. And for privacy, I really don't know how to protect me, or how to keep me private. And the space is with nature,
Right.
greeneries, flowers, rivers if it possible, water bodies, and touch also. I don't find anything that I would love to touch, and that would suit me.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Virajit, followed by 1 hour yoga. There's someone called 1 hour yoga. So be ready after Virajit. Yeah, Virajit, go ahead. Okay. Hope he or she, yeah, he's there. Yeah, go ahead, Virajit. You had unmuted. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Uh, where is your space? My dad's room is that space where I found it like a healing space. It's my dad's room. So, would you like enjoy looking in his room? I can see him. I visualize him. My mother's photo is also there, and our Guruji's photo is also there. So, in that
Sorry to
environment,
interrupt. Your father is there physically? I mean, is he there
yes,
in the
yes,
body?
he's there.
He is there. Okay, okay.
Right.
Right. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Hmm.
So, what you will like to enjoy touching? When I touch his feet with my hands and with my forehead, I found it very peaceful.
Hmm.
Then smelling in his room, there is presence of essence sticks are there. So when I smell that, I found it peaceful. Then how we ensure privacy? When I close the door, I enjoy the privacy, ensure the privacy. Then enjoy listening his suggestions, his advice, his guidance, and clear all the doubts, and whatever is are the negative thoughts I express in front of him, and he tell me the solutions for them, how to practice and all those things slowly. So the to reduce negativity, it helps quite. Then what you enjoy there, having conversation with him, like what I feel like having conversation with God itself. So
Hmm.
that is the thing. And one song is there
Hmm.
for him, तू प्यार का सागर है तेरी हर एक बूंद के प्यासे हम.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask one more thing. Is your father a regular meditator? Your parents?
Yes,
Are
yes,
they into they're into Brahma
he's
Kumaris?
no, not Brahma
Okay.
Kumaris, but we have
Yeah.
Guruji.
Okay, so some
Uh,
Guruji, some spiritual guru you're
yes,
following.
yes,
Okay, right.
right.
So great, fantastic sharing, because I had never thought of the dad's room, but the way he put it, and it's beautiful that a physical person, it's your own relative, your father, who is basic. So he gets all those spiritual vibes from him. Looks like that, and that is really giving a healing feeling to him. It's fantastic sharing. Okay, we
Thank
move
you.
on to 1 hour yoga. I'm not going to ask you all to do 1 hour yoga. It's the name of a person. So don't get stressed. Abhi yoga kya karayenge? So who is 1 hour yoga? It's someone's name. Okay, if he or she is not there, Abhijit Kasbe.
Yeah, so I would like
Yes.
to thoughts which
Yeah.
I is your space bedroom where I see seat seated, and in front of me there is a Lakshmi goddess photo on wall where I'm looking at. And the second question, what would you enjoy touching? So the smooth wood of chair and the table, I'm feeling comfortable with. It physically comfortable for me. And how would you enjoy privacy and enjoy listening? So I've closed the door and asked my family members not to disturb, as I'm just in a meeting kind of. So, and I'm just listening to my inner voice, and I usually do that. And the next question, what would you clear out of your space? So there are many extra things on my table, to be honest. So I just cleaned it and just enjoying the vibrations of the room.
Good. Thank you. Beautiful sharing. It's we have 5 more minutes. I would just want a few other people. Has anyone done a little bit of creativity? Have you all drawn anything? If you all want to show your creativity to us, don't worry. We are not sitting to judge with marks how your creativity is, but just wanted to know if anyone is wanting to share some creative things. You all can raise your hands. If not, then we can move on to the sharing from remaining people. So now I think the people who have raised hands, I can take them. Shaina hasn't shared so far. So Shaina followed by Rajeshwari and BK Subhash. So let's start with Shaina.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My inner space is the topmost area of my house that I made as my study room. Then what would you enjoy looking at? I enjoy looking at sky and inside my room and the people around that I see. Then what would you enjoy touching? I enjoy touching my books and copies over there. And on the on my table and chair. Then what would you enjoy smelling? The natural smells of that room and around. How would you ensure privacy? I write in some coded language and stick around. That only I could understand and I could reflect on that. Then what would you enjoy listening to? I always listen to soothing music over in that room. What would you clear out of your space? I always declutter regularly. What would you enjoy doing there? I enjoy studying over there and doing meditations.
Sorry. Okay, thank you. Rajeshwari and Subhash Bhai, both of you, one of you. Rajeshwari can start. If she is not around, oh, are you there? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, what is my space? My space is generally my bedroom with my Baba's light, and how I ensure my privacy. That is, I close the door and switch off my phones for the time being, and clear how to clear out your space. I just furniture and clean the room and all. And what would you enjoy looking at? I look at the Baba's light while doing the visualization. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear you, but your bandwidth is slightly low, so you're a bit slow in that way. It's a slow motion sound. So no worries, we
Okay.
can hear you.
So
So
I enjoy looking at the Baba's light while doing the visualization. And I put on the healing music. And what would you enjoy smelling? I usually use the incense sticks, and that fragrance gives me a very beautiful peacefulness and freshness. What you enjoy listening? I listen to the high frequency music, especially for healing. It's available on YouTube, and that I put on and I do the visualization. What you enjoy doing there? I enjoy looking at visualizing the sky and the cosmos. I imagine myself going out into the sky, and lastly, what craft and art. So to represent my this feeling of
Hmm.
visualization, I would like to sing a song
Sure.
for you all.
Oh, okay.
That is पंछी बनो उड़ के फिरो मस्त गगन में आज नया. This song I like to sing. That's
Yes,
why.
beautiful. We can clap also, some virtual clap, or you all can hear. Okay, good. Thank you so much. We are
Thank
running
you.
short of time. I can see, though I had committed to Subhash. So Subhash, very quickly, just in a minute, you don't need to cover everything. Just tell us your healing space and your experience, and then we can move on to the next activity.
Yeah, Om Shanti. Space is garden and touching the trees, flowers, etc. And privacy, I work alone and concentrate on working itself. And then looking at trees, plants, sky, flowers, etc. Smelling is again smell of flowers and mud. And listening to the sound of the children's playing and birds. And enjoy doing there means it's enjoy the nature and connect with the creator. That's all.
Okay. Thank you so much, all of you. And I'm sorry if I have not taken Vidhi, and someone else also had raised hands. Vidhi and other someone else is sharing. So, and Lata as well. Yeah, Lata. So can we take it later? Lata is our own psychiatrist, so she won't mind. And Vidhi also is a very old student of ours from here. So
Yeah,
if
later at
that
the
okay,
end.
yeah. So we can, and Vidhi as well, if you can just put on your video for a minute and for a second and say yes, so it will be helpful. Okay, so because I don't want to feel very apologetic again and again, I'm feeling guilty for that actually. And if anyone has a creative, Vidhi, do you have a creative thing to show? Because last time you had shown something, I remember. Yeah, so if you can just show it a little bit, thoda aage karo or so that people can. And can we make sure, Praful brother, that can we see it in a magnified mode or can't we? No, no.
You need to
It's okay.
press Alt F1
Alt F1. Oh my God, I'm learning all these.
or click the
Yes.
speaker wheel.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm able to see you and Anu's sister now. No worries. Okay. So we could see something Vidhi clicked. And can we take a photo or something in the gallery view or not
Yeah,
needed
I'll
right
do
now?
that. So
Okay.
all of
Yeah.
everyone, if you all have anything creative, please place it, keep it on, and I'll quickly click a photo.
So she's written, I love myself, I am flying. So we can read it now. Yeah. So you can take a
Yeah,
photo.
yeah, I've
Smile,
taken.
please. Yeah. Acha ho gaya. Sab
Yeah,
fast ho raha hai virtual world mein. Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much. And now we move on to the next exercise.
Actually, last time we asked
Yeah.
to for you to send it to us. The creation, take a picture and send, and if any poem or anything you have written, and nobody did that. So maybe Vidhi, you can send this time. Take a picture too.
Yeah. So
Thank
Vidhi
you.
can specifically send it. Yeah. So over to you, Praful brother.
Lata is showing something, but anyway, later,
Is
later.
she?
Yeah, see.
Okay, go ahead, Lata. Finish your thing. We don't want to feel very sorry again and again. Yeah, please go ahead. It takes hardly half a minute. We can't see,
Yeah.
but you can do it properly. Okay, it's a tree and okay, 2, 3 trees.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
thank
is
you.
the royal palm tree. This is Christmas tree, and just I
Mhm.
had drawn picture for myself. Yeah, this is royal palm tree. This is my
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
This is
Okay, thank
garden.
you.
This is lawn, green lawn, and just I'm just a half second. I'm just imagining this. I'm sitting in Satyuga and enjoying bird singing and fresh flower smelling and all the scenario I'm enjoying in my
Okay.
garden. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Sorry, Praful brother, if I'm a bit late. Go
that's
ahead.
okay. That's all right. So at the end of the day, is like we enjoy whatever we do. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that so many of you all came up with such beautiful
You know,
sharing.
Praful bhai, बच्चा बन के मैं बच गया. Thank you. Go ahead. Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So, well, thanks everyone for such wonderful sharings. So you all might have seen since morning, we have been doing different exercises. We started with the objects, and then we went into the different modes where we saw emotionally, physically, how we really take care of ourselves. Then later we moved on to the physical healing space or mental healing space, wherever we want to go. So all of them are, catering somewhere towards valuing self, because sometimes I feel personally that we spend so much time in helping others or for our family, for our office, but how much time do we really spend, for ourselves? So this workshop is really good opportunity for us to see some good aspects about ourselves, and we had done beautiful exercises. So now, like, we have around 45 minutes, so we'll do two more exercises. I'll start with one. So this is again, something related to our own identity. So whenever we happen to introduce ourselves, maybe at workplace, maybe at family gathering, or maybe any platform. So we might be introducing ourselves by way of name, by designation, by different labels which we have. So I'll quickly share my screen. You can see this, the roles we play. This is the exercise. So different people, different relationship, different situations, we have different roles to play. So it's good that we hang on for a moment and just reflect that who is me, who is that myself performing these kinds of different role, and maybe we can associate that by way of different virtues, different values, different feelings, different emotions that I demonstrate with different situations, with different people, with different labels with which I associate myself with. So we'll be doing a beautiful exercise which will help us focus more on the different roles I play. So I would request all of you all to please grab a book and pen. Okay, so there will be some aspects which I will be reading out to you and which will shortly appear on the screen, and I would request you all to please note it down for yourself. So we have good amount of time. Maybe we can have 10 to 15 minutes of reflection wherein you can really get into the depth and see to it that what kind of different role you are performing. So let me share the exercise sheet with you. I hope you all have your pen and paper in front of you all. You all can probably take a new sheet, because there would be a couple of things which I might request you all to write. So apply some simple adjectives to yourself below to describe your positive and negative qualities in the following relationships and circumstances. So in the first blue box which you see on the screen, what am I like? Okay, so there are different situations which is given, different situations and different relationships. So all that I would request you all to do is just mention a couple of adjectives, feelings, values, whatever you could resonate with. So for example, I'll just maybe give you an example. As a brother or sister, I may mention that I feel homely, or at work I feel more punctual, or anything it could be. I just give you a couple of examples. So one word, two words, three words, cluster of words, as you feel you can do it. So let's start writing. So I'll call out the different rules, and maybe you would like to write them on the sheet of paper. So again, don't take too much time in thinking. Okay, whatever comes to you spontaneously, just write that. Because again, when you think a lot, you may probably over project yourself, or you may even under project yourself. So whatever is the de facto reality, you can just write that. That will really help you exploring who the real you are. So what am I like at work? It could also happen that some of these situations may not be true for someone. For example, some of y'all might not be a parent. That's all right. Some of y'all might not have married, so y'all won't have a spouse or partner. You can just leave those sections blank. Whatever is applicable to you, just mention those on the piece of paper. And you may choose to write one below the other. What am I like at work, at home, as a brother or sister, as a son or daughter, as a parent, if applicable, as a partner, as a husband, wife, or spouse. What are you like? How do you see yourself in these roles you perform? As a work colleague, those who have completed the first question, they can move on to the second. What am I like when I am? So these are different emotions. So how do you feel yourself like? What emotions, what moods, or what can you compare yourself with when you are angry, sad, happy, or anxious? You can write a cluster of words against each of these emotions. Take up some time and get it down on the paper. So I believe you all might have done writing the first part of this exercise, the first two questions. In a couple of seconds, I will move on to the second part. Okay, so here we have remaining 4 questions. What was I like? So I would want you all to go into the past and just mention, when you were a child, what were you like? And when you were at school, how were you like? Child could be the stage when you were before school, and school is when you were going to the school. How are you like? What do I feel passionately about? Again, each of us must be having some passion or would be passionate towards something. So what do you feel like to be passionate about? what motivates me? I'm sure there will be something or the other which might be motivating us in some or the other way. It could be anything, books, scriptures, movies, anything. So what really motivates me? Just mention those in some words. And after venturing into different relationships, different moods, past, passion, motivation, finally I come to this question: what am I like when I am quiet? When you are silent, what are you like? I'll wait for a minute. Please make sure that you complete this exercise. Okay, so let's move to the part B of this exercise, where I just want you all to reflect. You did not write. You can see the last question on the screen. The discussion we'll do a little later, but for now you can just reflect for yourself. Are you the sum of the roles which has been mentioned above? And whether there is a me as well. So in other words, just to put the question in a different context, whatever you have mentioned above for all the 6 questions, are you some of all of these? Or there is something else other than what you have mentioned above? If yes, you may want to write that. Okay, I hope most of us might have written something. So let's take some sharings. So before I really go into the sharing mode, I would request Sister Anu that as long as you can try capturing some words on the slide, which you can share later. And yeah, you can share that later, Sister Anu. And others, I would request you all to write on the chat window as I call out for different relationships, because if I really start taking sharings with each of you verbally, which I wish I could, but that will take me lots of time. So let me go to the first question. What am I like at work? So maybe you can quickly write on the chat window, what do you feel you are like at work? And I'll read out a couple of those for benefit of others. And while writing the answer, just mention that you select everyone so that everyone can read what you are mentioning. Okay. So BK Honey is sincere. Shashikant is energetic at work. Aruna is sincere, strict. Saina is positive. Manoj is bossy at work. Wow. I wonder. Achintya is caring. Insecurity at times. Okay. I am happy that very nicely you brought it out. Anju is sincere, Abhijit is polite, Dinesh is punctual and to the point. Then Lighthouse is passionate. Oh wow. Shubhas is work on time. Sharmila is sincere. Lata is authoritative. Rajeshwari is leader, participative, cooperative. And Radhika is responsible. Wonderful. So many qualities we have come out with, right? So how are you at home? Okay, वर्क का तो देख लिया, कोई बॉसी है, कोई सिंसियर है, कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. How are you at home? Can we start writing on the chat window? Okay, so now see we have wonderful responses. Abhijit is happy, Lighthouse is lazy. Office में तो lazy चलेगा नहीं, so good place to be lazy at home. Okay. BK Honey is silent. Dr. Manoj is helpful and cooperative. Dr. Manoj cannot be bossy at home, I understand. Shashikant is at home, I am at peace. Okay. Sharmila is talkative. Okay, that's good. Radhika loving and caring. Subhas is responsible. Aruna is relaxed and lazy. Okay. Gaurav is sincere. Dinesh is foodie, chef. Dinesh, I should visit your place. Then Anju, conscientious. Rajeshwari is helpful. Kiran is busy and responsible. Achint is loving, caring. Dr. Lata is caring. Okay, that's great. Thanks for that sharing. So now I would request you all to share how are you like a brother, sister, son, daughter. Let's take with brother and sister. I hope most of us would be having brother and sister. Caring. Caring. Okay, most of the answers we are getting caring and loving. That's good. Love and respect. Cooperation. Helping. That's great. Caring, loving. So caring, loving, cooperation. One has even written adjustment. BK Hani has written adjustment. Yeah. As a brother sister, we need to adjust sometimes. Over caring, over protective. Okay. That is also one good response. Sharing. Responsible. Yeah. We are responsible for our siblings. Okay. Let's go ahead. As a son and daughter, how do we see ourselves in that role? As a son or daughter, love and respect towards family, caring, respectful, cooperative, loving, agyakari. Okay, caring, loving. That's beautiful to know that we are caring for our parents, loving, we respect them. That's great. So such beautiful qualities are really coming out of us when we are into different roles and relationships. That is what this exercise is really about. Let's go ahead. As a parent, how are we? I'm sure most of us here would be parent. So I see Radhika responding friendly. Inspire and care. Vidhi's response has written inspiring and caring. Yes, as a parent, we should inspire our kids. Okay, Dr. Lata mentioned overprotective. Dr. Manoj, strict and disciplined. Sharmila, give good sanskar. Okay, to your kids. That is also good. Caring, responsible, supportive. Love, negative, overprotective, easygoing, caring. Anju mentions that I feel I am loving and caring, but children feel as nagging and inadequacy. Okay, so what kids feel, that is really not part of this exercise, but good you mentioned. So the idea is what we feel. And yeah, the more we feel, the more we focus on ourselves, slowly or gradually the children will get that vibrations. Let's go ahead. Rajeshwari, freedom to my grown-up children. Okay, compassionate, responsible, loving, unconditional loving is what Sister Anusha says. That's good. As a partner, as a spouse, how do we feel? How is that role for ourselves? Okay, so Achintya says that relationship is with God. We have Dr. Manoj mentioning dominating. Dr. Manoj is coming with all interesting attributes. Sharmila is mentioning as a friend. Okay, it's good to consider spouse like a friend. Lighthouse, loved one. Then Gaurav is as a partner. Yes, Gaurav, as a partner, how do you feel? You need to mention the adjective. Okay. Dr. Aruna, caring, love, understanding that needs and change accordingly. Dinesh mentions that. Dr. Lata also dominating. Rajeshwari, caring, responsible, committed. Then Achinkya Saxena, love and care, overprotective and dominating at times. Caring, protective, helping, loyal, loving, caring, understanding, supportive. Try to give space. Wonderful. And I'm very happy to see that many of you all are really coming with, even if it is a negative trait or trait which is not really acceptable, you are sincerely mentioning those. So that is the pure spirit behind this exercise, that we mention how we are, and that will help us coming more towards our original self. So let's move on to the last category of this, as a work colleague. How am I like? So you all would like to mention your peers, your teammates. How do you feel you are? Helpful, honest, cooperative, harmonious, friendly, respectful, strict. Okay, so we're strict also sometimes to our colleagues. Uninvolvement, positive, help each other in any situations, cooperative, good friend and advisor, cooperative, honest, sympathetic and cooperative, teamwork, solve their issues. Very good, very good, very good, excellent. So now let us move on to the second question. Okay, so first question was probably very easy. Second question is little tricky, and here really tests how we are. So when I'm angry, how do I feel like? Who would like to mention that? Okay, so if you're angry, father figure, nervous, introspective, agitated, trembling, not talking to anyone. Abhijit feels that he's confident when he's angry. Is it that? I don't know. Dr. Lata mentions helpless, shout, become silent or frustrated, accusive, nervous, want to be alone, sometimes behave like animal, losing control, orally shouting. So all kind of negative traits really comes onto us, except for one. I think someone mentioned confident. Rest, I believe 99% have mentioned the negative traits when we are angry. Okay, so how about while you all feel sad? Anybody would like to share that? Okay, so sadness brings idleness, stressed, depressed. Lighthouse mentions no energy, self-guilt, self-blame, introspective, laziness, loneliness, waste thoughts. Okay, Sharmila recalls Baba, the god, when she is sad. Anu cries quietly, depressed, low energy, loneliness. So again we see so many negative traits come with the sadness. So it is good that we acknowledge that these negative traits we carry. Now let's move on to the positive emotions. What happens when we are happy? Grateful, smiling. Okay. So Sister Anju shares that. Then Shashikant says feeling cool. Dr. Manoj enthusiastic. Dinesh, I feel the time should take forever. Introspective, energetic, overzealous, bubbly, talkative, interesting, excited, light and beautiful, helpful, energetic, feeling cool, busy, talkative, accommodative and tolerant, relaxing and contented. Wonderful. Wonderful feelings you all have come out with. Let's move on ahead. Anxious. How do you feel while you are anxious? Okay, again, series of negative traits started coming. Irritable, worry, drained out, stressed, bad, worry, waste and negative thoughts, insecurity, tensed and demotivated, low energy, fear, irritable. Yes, these are so many. Nervous, demotivated, predict future negatively, fear, and so on and so forth. So again, friends, you all might have seen that different emotions really take us to different so many different attributes, and more or less we sail in the same boats. Many of these traits you all have mentioned are very much correlated to each other. Okay, so yeah, we'll be debriefing this a little later again. So let's move on to the third. I just wanted to know what you all have written. So what was I as a child and at school? You all can mention both together just to save on time. So as a child, what were you? And as at school, how were you? Anything that you all have written. Okay, so we have started getting responses. Subhash Bhai says playing, obedient, sincere, reader, talkative, friendly, bright and playful, fearful of one teacher. Interesting. Happy moments and playing, polite, peaceful, studious, friendly, smiling, fearful. Okay, so there are all mixed kind of emotions. Many have expressed happy emotions also, fearful also. Okay, so at school, naughty, talented, shy, cheerful, active, creative but quiet, happy, studious, naughty as a child, and studious at school, obedient and friendly, shy and quiet, introvert. So yeah, different kinds of attribute we see at school, and we see that most of us have even written shy, or some have written talkative, some has written introvert. So all mixed kind of feelings. But I believe all of you all, while recalling those, you might have really gone into the past. Probably you all got little time for this, but sometimes you really go deep within and you see whether my original qualities really resonated while I was at child, while I was at school. So we have another couple of ones: introvert, unexpressed, studious at school, punctual, obedient, friendly. So yes, many others. So let's move on. Now some little deep questions, the last three ones. What do I feel passionately about? What do you feel? Staying awake, ignorance of desires, helping others spiritually. Wonderful answer. Again, we have Sister Anu mentioning happy and make others happy. That is what she's passionate about. Godly service, Sister Radhika. Shrikant says novelty. Gaurav says driving my car. Serving others, Lighthouse says doing service and leave some footprints before we leave this planet. Happy happiness of my family and children, sorry for that. Helping bringing change in others' life, planning new things, godly services, honest, committed, learning new skills, to become motivational speaker regarding mental health fitness, Dr. Lata, very good. Becoming useful at work. So such positive energy, such a vibrant group we have, that you all are so much passionate about. It's really interesting to read all of these. I wish I can hear that in detail from each of you, but yes, due to limitation of time, we'll move on. But yeah, I would just want you all to explore whatever you all have written again in detail as a homework, because this will help you grow more. This will help you nurture yourself more. So let's move on. What motivates me? Okay. So Sister Anu says smiles. Nature and smiles motivate me. Where there is will, there is a way. Okay. This proverb, I think BK Honey likes a lot. Love. Sister Radhika says Baba's Murli. Baba's Murli is basically spiritual teachings from Brahma Kumaris. Sharmila says her thoughts motivates her. Again, Abhijit says the daily spiritual teachings called as Murli. Watching inspirational talks, trying something new. Dinesh mentions. Shashikant says wonderful thing. Parents are someone who motivates him. Gaurav says love and smiles. Aruna says new learnings, involvements, positive talks. Shubha says money. Yes, money also motivates us. Then spiritual lectures, being in love and positivity. Life of soldiers. Interesting. Virijit says life of soldiers really motivates him, and yesterday we saw that what the PM Narendra Modi mentioned while I was at Ladakh. Then we have Dr. Lata mentioning historical movie, history of the knowledge gained at Brahma Kumaris, freedom, Indian history. Okay. Dr. Manoj mentions music. So wonderful things we found, what motivates us and also what motivates some of our co-friends. And now the last question, what am I like when I am quiet? This is the question which is more introvert. So, whenever you sit at your personal healing space, whenever you're quiet, what do you really like? So Manoj Bhai mentions music. He likes the angelic stage, disconnected, thoughtful about nature, no burden, no bondage, flying like a bird, canopy of God, peace within. I'm just quiet throughout, calm mind, relaxed, power to take, connect, decision, kite to listen, fabulous, blissful, reflect, black, peaceful, wonderful. So you see, friends, we have come out with so many good sharings. I'm not sure Sister Anna would have really written because the sharings were too many. But if
Oh
any
my
case,
goodness.
so I know, but yeah, if anything you have written, even in a fraction of words, you may like to just share that on the screen little later. Maybe you can take your time.
I have actually just copied. It was too fast. I
Okay,
couldn't
that's
put it
fine.
together.
So what we'll do is, everyone, we'll just share this later on whenever we share the sharings. So it's okay. But now what I would really want you all to ponder on one important question. Okay, each one of you all. So we have written many things about ourselves. Now I would just want everybody to sit back relaxed. You all have done a lot of typing. Okay. And let me take another 2 minutes and reflect on these two questions. And again, these questions were mentioned in the handouts. If you all have read that, I'm not sure. But let me ask you these questions again. So first question is, which part of me is asking these questions? Okay. So whatever questions you ask yourself, how am I like a brother, like a sister, like a son, like a parent, like a colleague? So which part of me was asking these questions? So I want you all to go deep within and really reflect what was that part of you who was asking that question. And in addition to that, second question is, how does the me part relate to my inner world of senses, intuition, and instincts? So what does this mean is, how do you relate yourself with all these adjectives, with all these beautiful virtues, the motivators, the passionates, the thing which you mentioned while you're at quiet? How do you relate yourself, the me, with all of these? Do you consider that you are some of all of these, or do you think that you are something different? So let me put in different words. If I take away all the roles from you, if I take away your home, your relationship, are you still what you have mentioned, what in the chat, or you are something else? It could be either ways. So just reflect on these, and I would invite a couple of sharings. You all can choose to raise your hand and just share what do you feel like after pondering on these questions. Any one of you all would like to share? Okay, so let's have Achintya Saxena. Please go ahead. What do you feel?
Yes, Om Shanti Bhai ji. So it was a nice exercise to reflect. So whenever we are in role mode, whenever we are concentrating on the role, different feelings, whether positive or negative, comes depending upon the external circumstances. But when we are in our real original self, that is when we have one standard feeling, which is of which is of no burden and carefree and in the God's company. That is what happens. So these are the two different things where when the concentration is on the role and the concentration is on self.
Very wonderful insight. So again, sometimes we become more role consciousness, although we exhibit some virtues somewhere, but sometimes it so happens that one virtue is exhibited at home, but the same is not at the workplace. We are different over there. So we do a lot of projections of our inner values at one place and something at other place. Yeah, anyone else would like to share? Okay, Sister Rajeshwari, go ahead.
Yeah. So, as for me, being compassionate, empathetic, cooperative, these are the constant values. And when I see as a child, whatever personality I have been throughout my life till now the same personality. Except that I gained a lot of knowledge through my studies and through interaction with society and all. But another thing is when we behave in a workplace or when we are in a family and or with friends, the area, the restrictions, there are different restrictions. Some areas
Right.
are contained areas and some are like public areas. So how to behave it ultimately differs. So I behave accordingly. So being compassionate, being empathetic, being cooperative, and thinking positively. These have been continuous values which have been following throughout. So that is it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you so much. We'll take one last sharing because we have another short exercise to do. So Dr. Lata, you have raised your hand. Just in short, a sentence if you can share. Yeah. You may like to unmute yourself.
Yes. Regarding our question, just I relate myself with which I'm passionate about to become a speaker, which includes all other roles. Because as per my experience, when I share my positive and negative qualities with any other, like patients, another clients, or through various government activities, we visit another government sectors. So it is quite easy to relate themselves with myself through personal experience. So I'm caring, sympathetic, punctual, studious, along with though negative qualities like authoritative, dominating, anxious, short-tempered. But still, this is very wonderful for me that I relate myself as a above all that my roles like a child, as a partner, as a brother or any family member, or as a parent also. So speaker or a mental health ambassador, what maybe call it is topmost role model for me.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, Sister Lata. So now we will move on to the next exercise. So all we did in this exercise is exploring different qualities, the virtues which we associate ourselves with different role. And now towards the last exercise, we'll go more deep within, more to get connected with our own self. So I would invite Sister Anu to take us for the next exercise. Thank you. Sister Anu, are you online?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. Okay, thank you. Okay, as we have really shared and deep insight of ourselves and saw so many things within us, let's ask ourselves in this last 5 to 7 minutes the question, who am I? And for that, we'll forget everything else around us or anything else of my life, but just focusing on the self. So this is a meditation, and I'll play some soft music. So relax, sit relaxed, and let's enjoy. Let's see if you can really connect with you. Can you see yourself? Sit straight and relax. Take a few deep breaths and turn your focus onto your thoughts. Ask yourself, who am I? Am I just this body? When I look into a mirror, what am I looking at? Is that me? Is there more to me than my physical image? My body is very real. I can touch it. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of each part of it, even with my eyes closed. So is this who I am? As I think about these questions, I begin to get an idea of where I am. Somewhere inside my head is me. I am not just my face, or my mouth, or my eyes. I'm something more than these things. So, who am I? Am I my thoughts? Am I the one who is thinking, the one who is questioning? Sitting in this very quiet moment with myself, with no one else looking at me, no one else telling me who or what I am. I spend a few moments reflecting on myself in all those roles I play. Now I see myself well. I step back a little and see in front myself playing in those roles. In all the different role play, I see a common personality in me. I am the same person. The personality traits, behavior pattern I exhibit deep down are the same. I simply see myself, the way I'm behaving, the way I'm speaking. I simply observe the energy, the values that I reflect in my behavior. I this moment in front of me, I start to see myself clearly. A gentle, loving, kind being, curious, respectful, confident, responsible, happy, beautiful, calm, whatever it is. So many beautiful colors of the values I see in me. These values are my intrinsic part. These values define me more than how I look, more than how I have dressed. My values in my personality reflect my true self to others. I am enjoying myself as I am getting used to my qualities and getting to know how I think and feel. It's such a nice feeling. I can be me. I don't have to please anyone. I don't have to attract anyone's attention to me. I don't have to do what other people expect of me. I just be who I am. And I like me. I repeat this to myself. I love myself. The more I get to know myself, the more I can be myself when there are others around. And that feels good. The more I appreciate who I am, the easier it is to appreciate who others are. Each one of us is a unique being. Each one of us is a beautiful energy. Each one of us is worthy of being alive. Holding on to this light within me. Now, very gently, I remember again that I'm sitting inside this body, in this room, and I know who I am. Now, in your own time, move your hands and feet and look around the room. Thank you. I hope you're feeling good. See you within and feel great. We have come to the end of the session, and I think I'll hand it over to Dr. Manoj.
Thank you, Anu sister. Thank you, all of you, for being a part of this beautiful session. I would just like to take a small recap, a session review of what we did since morning. After the introduction, we dived deep into the module of valuing self, which is the part 1 today, which you have just done is just maybe 1/3 of the exercises we have. So we've just done 3 or 4 of them. The first activity was all about taking care of self in the form of those different aspects, the physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual, environmental. It was more of the, in Vihasa, when we start exercises, we initially go into the more reflective aspect. We just keep churning around in the mind, we keep thinking. and then we start going into the depths of it. The second activity which we did is we went into the visualization actual mode of creating that healing space for self, whereby now we know how we take care of physically, mentally, emotionally, but do we have that space to do that? So that healing space really helps us to do that. So the visualization helped you all to enter that space, feel it, sense it, smell it, touch it in many different ways using your different sense organs and trying to experience that healing space. After which then Praful brother led us into the activity which was full of fun, because he took us, like in Hindi we say, from antarmukta to bahya mukta. I got you all into the healing space, introverted, and then he took you all way back into the entire external world of bahya mukta, extroversion. It's important, that exercise, because you should know that basically all these things which we are, these are the roles which we play. They are not really myself. We are the soul, not the role. So many layers, many sort of avran which we say in Hindi, the soul has carried on for so many births. So he went into those different roles with different emotions, different relationships, different circumstances. And then again, Anu's sister got you back for like a tortoise. Like in Hindi we say this, vistar ko sar mein lana, the power to come into an essence from really the entire vastness of what our entire roles are. So from the role, then we came back into the soul consciousness, and it was a beautiful meditation commentary. So it's like entire day we should keep practicing this, that we should go back into our workplace, do things, when again withdraw like a tortoise, come back into our own cocoon, be there. And again, when we want to go back into the karam kshetra or into our works field, we have to again spread our organs, sense organs, and do things from that. So this is a beautiful way of understanding what is soul consciousness, and also using that while we are doing our work. That is called karam yoga, which is to practice soul consciousness while in the field of action. So these were beautiful 4 exercises which we did today. And now I would pass on to Praful Badar. Before that, before he goes ahead with the last proceedings and the last say, I would request all of you to hang around with us for the part 2 of the module, Valuing Self, which will be next Saturday, and Praful Brother will be doing the announcements shortly. So thank you all. It was fun, a nice, loving, and learning session from all of you all. Thank you once again. Om Shanti. Goodbye.
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Manoj and and Sister Anu. So before really closing, I would just request you all to please mention one word in the chat box. How do you feel about today's session? Or rather, how are you feeling right now after attending this 2.5? So although I would like to take orally, but since we are short of time, we are already past 11:30. So if you can just write on the chat window in a couple of words, how are you feeling? That will really help me and help the team to understand what are you feeling. So Virjit says, thank you from the bottom of heart. Calm. Gaurav says, very, very good and very nice feelings. Thank you. Dinesh, it's very helpful. Thanks. Abhijit says, motivated. Grateful for this opportunity. So I would suggest everybody, as you all are mentioning, please switch on your video. I would just like to take a group photo. Okay, so that will become a memorable thing of our session, and we'll be emailing to all the registered participants. So Kiran says, relaxed. A big thank you. Okay. So good. We are getting many feedbacks. I think chat is filled with so many that I can't even read. So nice. Thanks. Grateful for this opportunity. Dr. Runa says, Sharmila says, very nice. In lockdown, play like outdoor experience. Okay. Rajeshwari says, quite at being with the self and peaceful, wonderful and true identity. Dr. Lata says. So thank you for all that wonderful feedback. Calm and relaxing, energized. Lighthouse mentions, wonderful. So thanks. So I'll just request everybody to please keep your video on if you would like to. Again, this is not compulsory. I will quickly capture a photo, and so will my co-facilitators do. And what is the best pick, we will then share with all of you all. So this becomes a memorable thing. And let me tell you, friends, let's not take each of these Vihasa sessions very lightly. All these exercises have been prepared with great care, and whatever things you have written, please make sure that you keep it sacredly saved so that it becomes handy for your future. Whenever you revise this, whenever you come across your own writings that will really help you. So yes, on the count of 5, I'll click the photo. Again, it's a virtual photo. So I see all the faces very nervous. What happened? Can we have a big smile? Yes, there you go. Yeah. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. One more photo. Yeah. Thank you so much. So as Dr. Manoj mentioned that next weekend, that is Saturday, same time we'll be having part 2 of this valuing self, wherein we'll be covering more exercises. And yeah, you can invite your friends also to register online on the website. And if you have any suggestions, any feedback, feel free to write to us. And yeah, we will keep on meeting soon. So also I would request you all to please register for the next session, because each session we might use different username and password. So that we have control over the number of participants. So I've displayed the email address and WhatsApp number on the screen so that you can get in touch with us if you all want to. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And before closing, let's sit in silence for a minute and then we'll break off. Anything, Manoj Bhai and Anuben, anything I left out you would like to add on? Are we good?
It's good. It's fine. No problem.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Okay. So let's sit in silence for a minute. Let's thank the Almighty for giving us this beautiful chance of attending a workshop which is for my self-benefit. I could explore different values, different attributes about myself. And let me take with me that one change, that one difference which I would like to apply after this workshop. It could be an output from any of the exercise covered. So I just suggest you all to sit in silence for 15 seconds and choose upon that one key learning, that key takeaway you would like to have from today's workshop. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day and a great weekend. Meet you all next Saturday at 9. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Shanti.
Om Shanti.